before we proceed to our task this morning, I would like to show these pictures. Do you know these personalities that we have in the screen? Do you know them? All right. Okay, the first in the row is it's Miss Boots Anson Roa. Many of us here know that she is an actress, but only few knows that Miss Boots Anson Roa is a columnist. Next in the row is Attorney Harry Roque. Of course, who would not know Attorney Roque? He is a politician and at the same time a columnist also. Actually, he's just new in Philippine Star. Next in the row is Rafael Alunan III. He is also a politician and at the same time a columnist. And the last in the row is Maria Ressa. Who wouldn't know Maria Ressa here? The most controversial journalist and columnist during the time of Duterte administration. So all of these people, these personalities that I have shown you on screen are all connected to column. They are all columnists. Now, what is a column? May I request everyone to please try to answer questions number 1 to 10. Write your answers in the chat box. Okay, 1 to 4, they are answerable by yes or no. And 5 to 10, you have to choose between the two choices given. The first question there is, does it answer what and who? Number 2, does it use I and you? 3, does it have parts? 4, does the writer need fact? 5, is it a news or a news article? 6, is it formal or informal? 7, is it objective or subjective? 8, is it personal or impersonal? 9, are the topics restricted or varied? And the last question is, does it use familiar or unfamiliar words? All right, let's try to answer the questions. Does it answer what and who? The answer is no, because column writing only focuses on the two questions, which are why and how. What and who are answerable when we write news writing. What, who, where, and when. So again, column writing does not answer the what and who questions, only why and how. In number 2, does it use I and you? Yes, because column writing is a personal point of view or the opinion of the writer or of the columnist. So we have to use the first person and the second person, I and you. When we use we, that's already for editorial writing. That's the big difference between column and editorial. Number 3, does it have parts? Of course. Yes, a column writing has parts. Does the writer need facts? Of course. The information we get or we have in column writing should be based on factual information. Next is it a news or a news article? It is a news. Why? It is a news, but not a news article. It is a news in the sense that we cannot make a column, we cannot write a column without looking for the detailed information or factual information from the news. When we say news article, the what, who, where, and when are already answered in the news article. But in column, we only answer the why and how. So again, it is a news because we get the information from the news. Next is it formal or informal? It is informal. The answer there is informal. Number 7, is it objective or subjective? It is subjective. Subjective in nature because it is just the opinion of the writer. In number 8, is it personal or impersonal? It is personal. As I've said, it is just the opinion of the writer. Are the topics restricted or varied? It is varied. The last question there is, does it use familiar or unfamiliar words? We have to use familiar words because your main purpose in column writing is to persuade your readers. So familiar words must be used in your writing of column. Okay, next slide. This is actually the overview of column writing. What you will need in column writing is, of course, your opinion and your ability to write. It must be interrelated because column writing is more on opinion, but it must be based on factual information. There is news, and you have to share your opinion about it. And of course, you must be good in writing. That is why these things, opinion, ability, are connected or must be connected to one another to make you a good columnist. Okay, next, what is really a column? When we say column, it is a recurring. When we say recurring, that means a regular feature by the same author in a newspaper, magazine, or website. Regular because it occurs periodically or repeatedly. Next is it expresses the views of the columnists. Of course, the one who writes the column is called columnists. So, as I have said, column is just an opinion of the writer or of the columnist, and there is no right or wrong in everyone's opinion. The next is it is characterized by voice, personality, and the opinion of the writer. So column is the voice of the columnist, may be expressed through broadcast or in print media. But the main point there is when you write a column, make sure that that the things that you say are all based on factual data, factual information. Now, columnists are also called as journalists. They're journalists, but they are not required to adhere to expected journalistic ethics. So sometimes when we hear a broadcaster saying something against somebody, and then sometimes we react na, uy, bias man ito hiya. Okay, we cannot really say nga bias, but the main point there is that's his or her opinion, the opinion of the columnist. Okay, so what is column writing? Columns in journalism are best known for the columnists, the experts in the field, the journalists like sports, politics, and others. Column writing in journalism can focus on any topic, anything and everything under the sun, for as long as the topic or the subject that he or she will going to write would be of interest to the audience. And who are these audience? Of course, your readers. Take note that when you write a column, your purpose is not just to argue, but to persuade your readers, to let your readers believe on your stand. So that is your main purpose in writing column. Now, a column is not a news article. We already have answered this a while ago. It is not a news article, but it is news. It generally answers the why and how. It often is personal. As I've said, personal since it is just the point of view or the opinion of the person, and we use the first person or the second person, I and you. It's different in writing an editorial because in editorial, since it is the opinion of the whole publication, we will use the pronoun we. So in column, it often states an opinion. As I've said, it is an opinion of the writer, and it has a standard head. It has a title and a byline. When we say byline, that's the name of the writer, which is usually put at the top. And most often, there is also a picture of the writer or of the columnist being put at the top of the column. Okay, next slide is an example of a column with the name of the columnist. Okay, he is Attorney Harry Roque. Actually, Attorney Harry Roque, in my research, he is just new in the column section of the Philippine Star. The name of his section is The Broader View. He wrote Bitter Truths and Sweet Lies last February 25, 2023, and his topic was about, or the write-up was about the recent sugar controversy and the alleged corruption in the Department of Agriculture. So that's his column, The Broader View in Philippine Star. Another example, People Empowerment by Ana Marie Pamintuan. The name of her column in Philippine Star is Sketches. Ana Marie Pamintuan is a very well-known columnist also. She wrote the article last February 24, wherein he gave recognition or commendation to the President of the Philippines by recognizing the commemoration of the 1986 People Power Revolt. So this is that's what the column People Empowerment is all about in her column. Another example is this one in Filipino, Mga Pulis-Pulisan. Opinion. Sa Filipino Star ngayon, it was written by Algie Pederoche. Okay, so tungkol ito sa paghihigpit ng Philippine National Police or PNP Chief General Azurin na tungkol sa bentahan ng mga uniforme ng mga pulis na dapat ay i-regulate ito at higpitan dahil ang mga uniforme ng mga pulis ay nagagamit sa hold-up, extortion, and other crimes, kidnap for ransom, and many others. So that's one of the examples, or another example of opinion. That's in Filipino. Okay, but how do you really write a column? First thing that you should take into account is your purpose. What is your purpose? Why are you writing? Are you writing because you would like to inform the community about an event? Does the paper's editor, the community, or the workers want it? Are you entertaining, informing, or educating? Or you would like to write the subject, that issue, because you would like to seek an identity of exposure. Gusto mong sumikat. That's why gusto mong isulat ang corruption na nangyayari sa bayan nyo. Okay, so what is really your purpose? That's what you should think about in writing a column. Next one is your audience. Who would be your audience? Whom are you trying to reach? Of course, you have to write in your language at their level. Hindi sa level mo. Because this is your opinion. As I have said, you have to persuade. You have to let your readers believe on your stand. So do not be using different figures of speech in your writings because you are not writing a feature write-up. So in column writing, you also have to use simple words, those words that can be easily understood by your readers or your audience. And the last one is the content. What will your column discuss? Ano ang sasabihin mo? What would be the content of your write-up? How will you discuss it? Make sure that your discussion should answer the why and how. That is to determine the what of the issue. Now, do not forget that columns are based on facts. They should be accurate. Timeliness is very important also in writing. Names are crucial in a personal column. Yes, it would be more interesting if you name names, provided that you have your evidences. Your claims are supported with evidences. Your factual information are there. So readers will be interested or will be more interested to read your column because sasabihin nila na ay ang taang-taray ng column niya because he or she had mentioned the name tapos hindi siya na what they call this hindi siya natakot na pangalanan yung sinasabi niya sa kanyang column. It is allowed provided that your claims are supported with evidences. Again, your claims are supported with evidences. Yung information mo ay factual, based on facts, and not just based on whatsoever or whoever Marites is there, or kung sinong Marites or Marisol ang nagsabi sa'yo, isusulat mo na. No. Your claims must be based on facts. All right? Okay, next is, I've said, it is personal. Maybe informal in nature, yet accurate and sourcing material counts. So do not forget, content is very important, and make sure that the informations that you have are based on facts. Okay, so what are the tips in writing a column? First is write with conviction. What do you mean by this? You have to put forward your opinion as something you truly believe in. You have to stand your point. You have to try your best in your column to convince your readers to believe on your stand. Argue your case with conviction. Be confident with what you are saying. Of course, your opinion are based on facts. As I have been telling you, lahat ay factual. You all have your evidences for you to be able to convince them to believe in you. Okay. Next is maintain your focus. Focus, focus, focus. Do not forget that word, focus. Make your column about one thing and one thing alone. If you talk about climate change, do not talk about politics. Do not make your write-up complicated. You have to focus on one thing. Begin your discussion in one issue to invite reaction from your readers. So make sure to focus only one topic and make sure that your reader is clear on what he or she is reacting about. So again, do not make things complicated. Focus on one topic. Next is interest. Make sure that when you write a column, your readers will read it. Are they interested? You have to choose your topic that you think will interest your audience or your readers. Remember that your purpose is to persuade your reader to make sure that your topic would be of interest to them. So what are these topics? Of course, the current issues would be best to write about the current issues. For example, in the Philippines, what current issues do we have? Even in global, we have, current issues globally would be best to write about, to write a column. Next is research. Do a well research and informed point of view. You cannot just write anything on your column without having a research. So this is very important. That is why we already have now journalism research, because this is integrated. Research, that's very important in writing a column. Another thing is uniqueness. Use unique ways of expressing yourself to present your piece in a way that your readers would want to continue reading. So uniqueness is very important also when you write a column. Next is understand opposing viewpoints. Okay, you have to put it in mind that not all readers will agree on what you will be saying or on what you have said in your write-up. Be mindful of the opposing arguments. Anticipate objections, not just objections, even rejections of your write-up. Anticipate objections to your point of view and deal with them convincingly with sound reasoning. And you can only have that if you are equipped with your evidences or your factual information. Again, I am going to reiterate this. When you make your stand, make sure that you have your evidences or you have your factual information. Okay, refer to facts. Okay, refer to facts. Again and again, your information must be factual. Use analogies. Most of the time, analogies are useful in illustrating a point, especially when the topic you are writing about is somewhat complicated. So it would be better if you will use simple analogy or an example that would relate to the everyday lives of your readers. Okay, that would be of interest to them, or mas interesado sila kung how would it affect to their day-to-day living. Next is be critical. People like reading columnists who dare to criticize real-life people. Sabi ko kanina, it would be better if the columnist would name names, actually, pero make sure that you are supported, your claims are supported with evidences. Naming names might create a bit of controversy, but for as long as you do not libel anyone and do not go overboard in your criticism, it will work. So do not be afraid. As long as you have your evidences, you can make it. Next is provide solution. Why is there a solution? Okay, you have your claims. You have presented a problem. Make sure that at least you can suggest a solution. This is, have a conviction to suggest a solution. Columns that criticize certain policies but offer no solutions are useless. Next thing is about when writing a column, don't forget to these following reminders. When writing a column, don't use technical or complex words. Unless required, then explain simply. Sabi ko kanina, huwag kang gumamit ng mga salitang mahirap maintindihan ng mga mambabasa kasi hindi sila magkaka-interest na basahin ang sinulat mo. So, do not use technical or complex words. Make everything simple. But if hindi talaga maiwasan na gumamit ka dyan, you have to explain it in a simple way. Do not talk in jargon or unfamiliar terms. Sabi ko, yung mga figures of speech, bawal yan sa column writing. You are not writing feature. Okay, next is do not include too much detail or materials in your write-up. Okay, piliin mo lang. What would be your priority? Ano ba yung pinaka-importante sa na-research mo? sa mga evidences mo, sa factual information mo. Okay, not all informations that you got from people ay ilalagay mo sa write-up mo. So choose the most important and the most relevant informations na pwede mong mailagay sa write-up mo. And then, another is refer to yourself, or do not refer to yourself as a third person. Sabi ko nga kanina, column writing is just an opinion of the writer. So you have to use the first person I, and you can also use the second person you in your writings. So bawal yan sa column writing. I mean, bawal yung third person sa column writing. You will only use that in what do you call this? In writing editorial. Kasi ang editorial ay opinion ng whole publication. Okay, I think my discussion will end